grew up in Marblehead, Mass, and my grandparents built a house in Ogunquit before Ogunquit is what it is now, really touristy. And as a kid, the kids were on the beach. The adults were on the decks having their cocktails and chatting, and the kids were just allowed to wander the beach. Different beaches have such different characteristics to them. Kittery Point was very kind of typical Maine gray, black, kind of granity. And then growing up in Marblehead, the stones are, we call it beach bling. They have kind of sparkle to them. As I started to explore more beaches and see that, such a wealth of material to work with, that the stones are so beautiful on their own. It's kind of a funny thing, it's very meditative to pick stones, but then I'll be thinking, okay, what do I need? I need, how come I'm not seeing any tiny little round, coin-shaped stones? Okay, you can't leave the beach until you find 100 of these. There's a handful of other people that make beach stone work, work in beach stones, but our work, my work doesn't look like anybody else's beach stone work because of my compositions and my colors. And I like to highlight more the stones and not adorn the metalsmithing. Then what it is really is, I dump the stones on the table and I'm thinking about, what it is, whether I'm going to work in black and whites or in colors or kind of the white palette. And I'll go through the stones. A lot of times I'll do some sorting and I'll cut them in half. They're all so different and interesting. And I'm really pretty much drawn to kind of the more odd stones. And I find that the pieces that have the highest, sales are kind of like the simple blacks, And I like doing those too, but for me, I really like working on the ones that are just unusual. I'll put them on boards, so that they're on my racks, cut in half as pairs, ready to go. And then it's just a matter of doing a bunch of layouts. When I start to do the layouts, they're just these, each stone is an abstract little piece of art, so that I can group them successfully, so that the balance is right, the color is right, that the shape of the finished piece is right. That's my own little design challenge. I don't ever change the shape of a stone, and I don't change the finish of a stone. There's like a kind of a quiet appreciation to my work. My work isn't flashy. It's very subtle, and it's really, it's not no bling, and it's kind of more, they're like personal touchstones. Everybody has something different that speaks to them, but and jewelry also, obviously puts people in different social classes too. Mm-hmm. And for me, as much as I love, the gold and the diamonds, and I think that's really beautiful stuff, but for me, this speaks to everybody. There's no social class to beach stones. It's kind of for every man. And people go to the beach and they don't even stop to look at the stones. Right. Or like, what are you looking for? I get that a lot. What are you looking for, gold? It's like, yeah, kinda.
Yeah.
My kind, are you finding treasures? Absolutely.
Absolutely.